ready here, but let's start with our first warm-up activity today. So the first thing we're going to do is something for your hips. We're going to step and touch the inside of your shoe. So you're bringing your shoe up and touching the inside, kind of like the arch of your foot area. So you're just kind of touching and then stepping out to the side. You're just kind of mobilizing, getting that hip in an external rotation to warm up today. So my warm-up question for everyone today was, what word do people use to refer to you, or what word do you wish they would use? And my answer for this one is talented. I am a bit of a Jane of all trades, if you will. So people have called me the word talented before. Switch sides. Christina, what about you? Do you have a word that comes to mind that people refer to you or you wish they would use? Kind is a good one. Thank you. Lorena, what about you? Do you have a word people use to refer to you? That's great. Easily used. Okay. Keep going there. Switch to your other side. Okay. Remember, I do have everyone muted here. So if I ask you a question and you're on a computer, you can just press the space bar to temporarily unmute yourself to answer me. Becky, what about you? Word people use to describe you? Lovely? Okay. So that's, I'm glad I asked you to repeat, because on my end, you know, Zoom connections, it sounded like you said ugly, as in not pretty. And I was like, no, we need to get a new word. Okay, switch sides. Bubbly. Bubbly is good, as in bubbles. Okay, well, now we're gonna switch to warming up the back of the legs. So you start by standing on your left leg. Keep that leg pretty straight, almost locked out in the knee there. And what you're gonna do is bend over. You're gonna try to get to parallel with your torso and then stand back up. So you'll feel a nice stretch in that leg that you're standing on. If you need any balance assistance, just add a finger touching to a wall or a chair or something next to you if you feel like you need some assistance there. All right, what about you, Liz and Jill? Words that people would use to refer to you? There you go. 2 words, I like that. Blunt and tactful. That's good. Same for me, actually. All right, let's switch sides. So now let's head on your right leg. So keep that right leg straight, taking that left leg up behind you, bending over, attempting to get kind of parallel to the floor with your torso there. Julie, what about you? Word people would use to refer to you? Right, busy lady, doing all the things. I love it. Catherine, what about you? What word people use to refer to you? Always doing all the things as well. Christy, what word do people use to refer to you? Yeah. See the enthusiasm. All right, one more warm-up activity. We're going to do a little, take your lightest band, put it around your wrist. And just a little bit of tension on that band so it's not slack. So you're kind of pressing your hands apart. And you're going to do a side squat. So you're going to step to the side, squat down, and reach overhead. I'll show you from the side what that looks like. Step to the side, butt is back into that squat and reach overhead. So we're stepping all to the same side. Just pick a side right now. Step to that side. Great. Patience. I think I saw you come on there. Are you there? You tell me, or Beth, either one of you. I see you. Tell me the words that people would use to refer to you or that you wish they would use. Funny, we'll take that. Switch sides. So now we're squatting and to the other side and lifting overhead. A few more seconds and then we're going to get started here. So it's interesting what I have planned today. I came up with a bunch of words that I feel like with my limited interaction with all of you, what I think of when I think of you, especially as fit campers. And that's going to be the basis of our workout today. So go ahead, put that band down, and we are going to start up here. Just a second. So what we're going to do is let the magic wheel decide what our first few exercises are. So I will show you that here. Okay, so we are going to spin this wheel. These are all words that I think of when I think of all of you. What is the first one? Earnest. Okay, so what I have on my end is an exercise for every letter of the alphabet. So each letter gets an exercise and we will go over those. So today is a strength day. And what that means is the exercises we do will be slower paced and lower reps. So all the exercises today, except for a few that are timed, are going to be within the 8-ish rep range. So I want you to choose a band when we use bands today that you think is maybe a little bit harder, a little bit more resistance than you would choose, because I want you to barely be able to get to the 8 rep range. And it's okay if you have to stop at 5. So if you've chosen a band that's like really hard and you could only get 5 reps in, that's fine, because the point of today is really working higher resistance for lower reps. So it's okay if you don't get to 8. Sometimes I may not get to 8 on what we're doing. So the first E exercise I have for E is an each leg hamstring glute bridge. So get out your chair for this one. And that is going to look like you're on your back, your heels are on the chair, and you've got one leg up in the air. And you're pressing up towards the ceiling as much as you can, and then lowering back down. So here, how you make it more difficult is just going up higher. You know, if you can only go up a little bit, that's okay, but really challenge yourself to lift your hips up as far as you can off the ground. So let's start with that one here. Everybody on the mat. This is gonna be, we're gonna shoot for 8 reps on each side. So we'll start with one leg bent on the chair, one leg straight, and we're going. And 1, so follow my count here so we go slow enough. 2. The longer we have the muscles under tension, 3, the more we're working that strength component. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Switch sides. You can feel how going this slow really is working that muscle. It'd be a lot easier to just 3, whip through this. 4, but we're working that strength component today. So we're gonna go a little slower. 5, 6, 7, and 8. Oh, okay. All right, that is E. A is Arnold press. So you're gonna grab a band, dumbbell if you don't have a band yet. This band, I want you to have the pretty heavy band. So medium to heavy. Arnold presses are where you're taking your palm facing you and you're pressing up, but as you press up, the palm ends up facing away from you. So you start in this kind of underhanded grip here, and then you rotate as you press up. And yes, you are correct. It is from Arnold Schwarzenegger. He developed this move. So what you're gonna do is we'll start with your left hand, take that band and trap it against the middle of your chest, okay? And your right hand, you've got it kind of looped on your thumb there, right? And you're gonna grab that band and you're gonna press up and then rotate out as you press up, okay? So we're gonna start here. 1, 2, so that rotation, 3 gives you some extra scapular work there. 4, you can feel 5, a little extra engagement in that scapula. 6, towards the end of the range of motion there. 7, 8, okay, switch sides. So now your right hand is trapping that band against the middle of your chest. Left thumb is looped into that band. Grab that band and we're pressing up and rotating out. 1, 2, 3. Keep that band trapped close against your chest. 4, 5, 6. Everyone looks great. Keep it up. 7. Last one if you're there. 8. Okay. We got the first 2 letters. R is next. So we are going to do some raises with the band around your wrist. So you could probably use the same band that you just had. And we're gonna do an isometric squat. So you're staying in your squat and you're raising your arms up like this. But what's important is you really press apart on that band to give yourself some resistance. Press apart as hard as you can. So we're going for 8. 1, 2. So this should really burn those shoulders. 3, should feel it in your upper back too. 4, 5, 6. Keep that sit. 7. And last one. 8. Oh. Wow. Okay. We are at the N. N is neck straight, arm straight crunch. So you can, again, keep this band. And what you'll be doing is you'll be on the mat. So neck straight means not neck bent like this. This is the opposite of neck straight. So neck straight is where you've got a nice straight neck, and you keep that straight neck by taking a spot above your head on the heel you stare at as you crunch up. So arms are also straight with that band around your wrist, and you're pushing away like we just did in the previous exercise for resistance, and you'll be crunching up like this. So I'm going to give you a count. We're going to start here, and we're going to go slowly. 1, 2, so you see we're holding that a little bit at the top. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and we are at 8. Oh, okay. Back to E. Okay, I'm glad to get rid of the, give the shoulders a break. I don't know about you, but we're back to E. So we're going to go for those each leg glute hamstring bridges like we started out with. So you're back on your mat or your floor with your feet up on the chair. And we're starting here with one leg. And go, nice and slow. 1, 2, really challenge yourself to push those hips up towards the ceiling. 3, as much as you can. 4, little tip as you're approaching the end, how far you can get up to the ceiling. If you, 2 more, if you're there. 1 and 2. If you squeeze your glutes, you can get maybe an extra ½ inch of height towards the ceiling. So give that a try. Switch your sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Keep it up. Slow up and down. 6, 7, 8. Okay. All right. 2 letters left. We are back. We are up to an S. All right. This is a single arm band row. So you will take a dumbbell if that's what you have, or let's do a band if you've got a band. This is going to be a heavy band, a medium to heavy band here. So let me just show you what's going on. You're going to take your band. You want to do this with me here in your right hand. You're going to loop it around your left foot. Going to kneel with that left forearm right above that left knee. And with that right arm, you're going to row back. So this is not a row straight up from the floor to your armpit. It is a row more towards your imaginary pocket in your pants. So on the diagonal, all right? I need a heavier band because that's not enough for me. So I'm going to switch that out. Let's start here. So your band's around your left foot, left forearm on the left, right above the left knee, and go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Oh, I only did it to 7 that time. All right. So band is around your right foot now. Your right forearm is leaning right above your right knee. And you're pulling back with that left hand towards that left imaginary pocket. And go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. 1 letter left. We've got T. We are at T. So you want a light to medium band for this. This is tricep extension. So you're going to take your band or your dumbbell, if that's what you have today, and you're going to do an overhead tricep extension like this. You see my hand? So what you're going to do is we'll start out with that left hand holding the band. You're going to kind of cross your heart and hold that right on your right chest. So left band in your left hand, you're pinning it against the right side of your chest. And you're going to press up like this. So we're going to go in 1, 2, 3. Focus on keeping your elbow pointed towards the ceiling. 4, not letting it drop towards the floor. 5, 6, 7, and 8. All right. Okay, switch sides. So band is in your right hand, trapping it against the left side of your chest. And your tricep extending with that left arm. And go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Everyone looks so good with your slow tempo. You're following right along. So proud of you. Keep it up. 1 more. And go. All right. Okay, so we made it through our first letter or first word for today. So let's find another one. See what else I think of you. Here we go. Fabulous. Oh my. And it's true. You are fabulous. It is true. Okay. So make sure you're really challenging yourself on these exercises, because some of them we may only do once. So really try to get as much work as you can when we do this for the exercise. So F, what are we doing for F? This is a timed one. We're going to do some flutters. And that is going to be on the mat. So we just demonstrate that for a second here. You're going to be on your back and your feet are going to be fluttering. Now, you're asking, where do I put my feet, Coach D? It's a good thing you asked, because the answer is it's different for everyone. But what you need to pay attention to when you're doing this is what your low back is doing. So if you feel like it's arched off the mat, then you need to put your feet up a little higher. So you want your feet as low as you can possibly have them towards the floor, while still being able to push that low back into the mat and feel it like it's not lifting off the mat. So wherever that is for you is where you're going to be going. This is a 45-second flutter, okay? So we're going to start here in 3, 2, and 1. Flutter away, my friends. So the legs are as straight as you can possibly get them, and you are just flutter, like a flutter kick, back and forth. If you start to feel your back lifting off the mat, just bring your legs a little bit further towards the ceiling. And then you should feel like you have more control over that again. Oh my, we are in the final 15 seconds. Keep it up. Almost there. We are done in 3, 2, and 1. Okay. Back to Arnold press. So think about what you did last time if you need a heavier or lighter band for this one. Trying to get in that 5 to 8 rep range. So gonna trap the band in the middle of your chest. Taking that thumb, looping the band on the thumb, and then wrapping to get that grip. So we're starting here. 3, 2, 1, press, and then rotate that palm out away from you. Good. Press up and rotate the palm out. 2, 3. Get some regular Schwarzeneggers in here. Let's see that. 4, 5, 6, 7. Last one. 8. Okay. Switch sides. Other hand is trapping that weight, that band against your chest. Loop on the thumb. Grip. Start with that underhand grip and go. Press up and then rotate out away from you. Good. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay. Another thing you can do, if we get to one of these exercises and you get a couple reps in, you feel like, oh, I definitely need more weight and more resistance, you can always quickly grab another band, just add it to what you have, and then keep doing the exercise. That's another way to, instead of fumbling around to try to find a different band, if you know you need a little bit more, just grab another band, use 2 at the same time. It'll work for you. Fabulous. Back to B's, we're going to balancing toe taps. So for this one, you're gonna be balancing on one leg. Here again, like you did with the warm-ups, if you need a finger to touch something to balance, that's fine. But we're gonna go into a reverse lunge position and just tap that behind foot on the ground and then stand all the way up tall. Here, your challenge is just to get as low as you can before you tap that foot and stand back up. We're gonna go for 8 on each side, if that's where you're at, and we're gonna start here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay, switch legs. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Sinking down into that lunge as far as you can get. 5, 6, 7. Yeah, and 8. My. I felt that. Okay. Fabulous. We're up to the U. This is going to be the first part of the Arnold press. It's called an uppercut. So you want to grab a pretty heavy band for this one because we're essentially starting in that Arnold press position and just never rotating the palm outwards. So your hand stays more in front of you as you're doing that kind of uppercut motion. So get your band here and we're going to start 3, 2, 1, and track the band against your chest and you're pressing straight up. Good. Hand stays in that same facing your face, palm is facing your hand, or hand is facing your palm, excuse me, orientation. 3. 5. Ooh. 6. 7. 8. Okay. Switch sides. Other hand traps the band against your chest. Other hand, palm facing your face, and up you go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay, we are at the L. Oh, you're gonna love this one, lunge pulses. So 1 rep, let me just show you, looks like this. 1 rep on each side looks like this. You're sinking down, and you're going 1, 2, 3. Other side, 1, 2, 3. That is considered 1 rep on each side. So you're aiming to get, when you do that lunge position, that knee as close to the ground as you can get. That's how you make it harder or easier, depending on where your knee is. And we're gonna go all on one side. So we're gonna try to get to 8 on one side and then we'll switch to the other side. So pick a leg, any leg, stick that leg out in front, 1 leg behind, and we are sinking into that pulsing lunge and go. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Really focus on 1, 2, 3, using your front leg. 1, 2, 3. That weight should be going through the heel of your front leg. 1, 2, 3. Whew. 1, 2, 3. We've got 3 more. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And last one if you're there. 1, 2, and 3. Oh my. Wow. Okay. Switch legs. Other leg in front. And we're sinking down into that lunge and go for it. 1, 2, 3. Good. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 3 more. You can do it. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And 1, 2, 3. Oh my. Wow, that is a burner. Glad there are no more L's in this word. Okay, we are up to O. Overhead lift and squat. So, did you bring your heavy bag today or a heavier weight? This is what we will need. So, I will show you what this looks like. We're gonna go into a squat. It's a goblet squat here. So when you stand up, you're gonna lift that weight over your head or as far as you can lift it. If you have a really heavy weight, it's okay if you can't get it all the way over your head, just to challenge yourself to go as far as you can. And it's going to be nice and slow. So we're going to start here in 3, 2, and 1. Down you go. And up. Really important to keep your core super tight in this position. 2, when you've got a front loaded weight, you want to keep your back safe by keeping your core tight. 3, keep your chest up nice and tall. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right. Wow, we did it. 2 letters left. We are up to you. Back to the uppercuts. So grab the band that we used a few exercises ago for that uppercut. You're going to trap the band against your chest, the middle of your chest with one hand. You're on that, looping on your thumb of your other hand. And we are uppercutting and go. 1, 2, 3, 4. I see you really challenging yourself. That's great. Keep it up. 5, 6, 7. All right. 8. Okay. Switch sides. Strap the band against the middle of your chest with the other hand. Loop it around the thumb of the other. Grab. And up you go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay. All right, last letter is fabulous. We're at the S. Looks like we have another single arm row on our hand. So if you remember what we did for the last word on that, grab that band. Want a pretty heavy band here. Take the band, put it around your left shoe, step on it. You're kneeling with that left forearm right above the left knee, and you're pulling back with that right hand. Starting in 3, 2, and 1. Remember, you're pulling on the diagonal, so more towards your imaginary hip pocket than instead of pulling straight up to your armpit. 3, that position activates your back. 4, so much more than just pulling straight up from the ground. 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, switch sides. Stepping on the band with your right shoe. Kneeling with your right forearm right above your right knee. And pulling back with that left arm. And go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Sorry for all the grunting, but I'm working hard over here. I know you are too. Let's check out. Let's see what our next word is. We are working here. That's right. That's right. That's you. Tough. Not even kidding. The truth. That is you. You know why? Because you're showing up here. Makes you tough. Hard to get up at 7 in the morning and exercise, but you're doing it. And that is tough stuff. All right, let's start out here with the T's. Tricep extension again. So that's the one where we have the band going like this again. So you're gonna take whatever band you liked for that the last time we did it. So start trapping the band. Take the band in your left hand, trap it against the right side of your chest, and you are grabbing and going up with that right hand for the tricep extension, and go. Try to keep your elbows pointed towards the ceiling. And you also want to make sure you're not flaring out to the side too much. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay, switch sides. Right hand trapping that band to the left side of the chest. Left hand is pressing up. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Excellent. We are at the O, back to the overhead lift with the squat. So you're taking your heavy bag weight again. We're going into that squat with the overhead lift. Really keep your core tight here, remember. Everybody got their weight, and let's go in 3, 2, and 1. Squat down slow, up slow, and lift. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. One more, if you got it. 8. Okay, excellent. Okay, we are at U. Uppercuts again. So take the band that you like to use for those. This is this exercise here where your palm facing your face and you're going up like this. So let's trap the band here. Against left hand trapping the band against the right side of your chest. Looping on the thumb of the right hand. And let's press up in 3, 2, and 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay. All right. Trap the band again with the right hand against the left side of the chest. Loop that left thumb under the band, and we're uppercut in 3, 2, 1, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay. We're at a G. G, okay. You need your heavy bag weight for a goblet squat. So it's kind of like the beginning part of the overhead lift, just without the overhead lift, without this, that part. So you're gonna hold on to your weight, keep it really close to your chest. You can trap it there. and you're headed down, this is what it's going to look like. We're not starting yet, but you can have as wide of a stance as you want. Sometimes with a goblet squat, it helps a little wider stance with the toes turned out. And we're going to slow lower and then slow come back up, okay? So we're starting that in 3, 2, 1. Slow down and slow up. Great. And down and up. 2, 3. Try not to let the weight pull you forward. Still try to stand up nice and tall. 4, 5, and 6. 2 more. 7. Last one. And 8. Okay. We are at an H. Okay. Let's take the heaviest band that you have, and we're going to put it right above your knees. Now you can go heavy on this because we're only doing 8. I promise the heaviest band you have is probably going to be just fine. So we're going to go to your chair, and you're going to have your head and your shoulders, just your head and your shoulders on the back of the chair like this. What you're going to do is you're going to take your butt down as comfortably far as you can. Touch the ground if you can. If you can't, that's fine. And then you're going to come all the way up. And at the very end, you're going to spread your legs apart against the resistance of that band, hold for a second, and come back in. Okay, so that looks like this when you put it together. Hip down, hip up, and then knees spread apart for a few seconds, okay? All right, so we're going. Everyone looks like they're set up here. We're going in 3, 2, 1. Down and up, knees apart, hold, and done. That's 1. And 2. Down and up, knees apart. 3. Down and up, knees apart. That's 4. Down and up, knees apart. 5. Oh, you can do it. Just 3 more. Down and up, knees apart. That's 6. Whew. Down and up, knees apart. 7. Last one if you're there. Down and up, and knees apart. Hold, hold, and yes. Made it through the tough one. Okay. So, it looks like we have reached the end already. Can you believe it? Tough and fabulous and all the above words. So let's get some stretching. First of all, good enough triceps today. So let's take that tricep into a stretch by pulling your elbow back behind your body. Okay. We've got so our next workout is Tuesday next week. That one's going to have a little more cardio focus. To switch sides, pull your other elbow back. Got cardio, actually a little bit of endurance work too, so working in longer stretches of time. It's going to be a good one. I'm excited for it. Switch sides again, one more time on each side. So I'm thinking ahead to next month already, believe it or not, and I'm thinking maybe of incorporating a stretching and rolling class, potentially once a week. Don't quote me on it, but maybe once a week. Switch sides again. And I'm going to have an email coming up about that lately, probably in a few days, because what I'd like to do is actually offer a free class sometime this month so you guys can test it out. All right, so let's pull across the body to get a good shoulder stretch. It's a lot of shoulder work with those bands today. So this should feel good, kind of pulling in through those muscles we worked with that. So what's the catch, you say, a free class? So it'll probably be like just a 30-minute stretching and foam rolling class. And if there's a catch, switch sides, I would say that would be, I'm gonna ask for your feedback so I can see if it's a good idea or not. So just something to think about, something to watch for in your inbox coming up. Okay, let's get this is for your IT band. So I need you to find a wall. Let's start with your right hand on the wall. You're gonna stand a couple feet away from the wall. Stand on your right leg. So your right hand's on the wall, standing on your right leg. Cross your left leg over. And you wanna just lean like this into the wall so that right leg stays really straight. And because you're leaning into the wall, but your upper body is kind of tilted away from the wall, this gives you a nice IT band hip stretch. So you should feel this on the outside of your right leg. Good. Let's hold that for a few more seconds and then we will see what that feels like on the other side. Okay, so now left hand on the wall, door frame, whatever you have. Left leg stays straight, right leg crosses over in front, and you are pushing that left hip into the wall and kind of leaning your head the other way. Should feel nice after all those squatting exercises and those hip exercises we did today. Wasn't sure how today would turn out because it's a bit random. One more time on the other side. So right hand on the wall, right leg is straight. A little bit random with all those words, but we did end up getting a nice balance, I think, between legs, arms, a little bit of core. I like how that worked out. Hopefully you did too. One more time on the other side and then we'll be done. Left leg straight, left hand on the wall. Lean that left hip into the wall for a good hip stretch. Holding for just a few more seconds, really lean into that. All right, and we are done. Thank you, everyone, for being so fabulous and being here today. And I'll see you on Tuesday.